Imagine, in addition to doing cognitive behavioral therapy strategies, going to neurofeedback, using electrotherapy, wearing your wearable sound generators every day faithfully, using light box exposure therapy and doing yoga faithfully, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, you are still no closer to exposure to the things that pain your ears, that set you off in a frenzy of panic and meltdown from hyperacusis. Your therapists wonder why you're shutting down, why you're obsessing on not having a life after your 30th birthday. That is hyperacusis. Your ears are your jailer. Imagine you are sleeping, starting to sleep later and later and later each day, not only because you struggle with seasonal affective disorder, but because, as I mentioned earlier, you are watching your 20th birthday turn into your 25th birthday, your 25th birthday turn to your 30th birthday, and you wonder, why, after all the hard work I've endured, all the suffering I've had to be at hands of because of stupid people in the psych field, why now, after I've actually been getting some benefit, am I still no closer to breaking out of the hell created by hyperacusis? So you start to sleep. First, you sleep maybe 2 or 4 hours later than normal, then you start sleeping 6, 8, 12, until you're basically only getting up to take care of your most basic needs, like going to the bathroom or having something quick to eat. Then your therapist just keeps telling you things like, well, you're not going to get any better unless you get out of bed, except you weren't doing that much better when you were out of bed on time. That is hyperacusis. That is the resulting depression and hopelessness. You don't want to touch that alarm clock. You don't even give a hoot about that alarm clock. Eventually, it becomes invisible. As much as your so-called life, it's invisible. You exist. That is hyperacusis. Though you try so hard throughout your lifetime, 3 decades in my case, to make people understand, to try to educate them on autism and hyperacusis, even before you know what those terms really mean, ouch, please don't squeak that toy. It's too loud for my ears. Please make your dog stop barking. That's too loud for my ears. Please turn the stereo down. That's too loud for my ears. But people automatically assume or won't accept that you are not like the norm. That isn't just hyperacusis, that's anything that's perceived outside the norm. It gets very tiring to keep trying to explain to people. And so you wind up in bed, sleeping, after all the work makes you tired, after the infant grows into the teenager that grows into the adult, gets tired. And still they tell you to get up, to have hope, to have faith, And they keep telling you that and keep telling you that for years on end, but yet things still say the same, and you still remain as dependent as the day you were 14 months old and your parents took you into the photo studio, and though they begged the man not to squeak the squeaky toys because they knew it would hurt your ears, the man did it anyway, and the instant after that picture was taken, you were screaming at the top of your lungs, wildly flapping your hands, self-injuring, and yet your parents had begged the man not to do that. That incident would be something that would be a pattern, a blueprint for my life. And that would be the pattern in the blueprint that would accompany autism and hyperacusis. Hyperacusis dictates my every move. In that I am paralyzed. Stores, restaurants, libraries, television and movies, neighborhoods. My hard-won efforts continually return me to square one. Isolation, despair, put me to bed. Instead of pursuing darker alternatives, that is depression not caused by a chemical imbalance or even choice, but by hyperacusis. It's a lovely day. What won't you be doing today because of hyperacusis?